Good evening, as boss man Sidney Meyer here likes to say, but far better. I'm David Alpern, son of a girl singer of the Great American Songbook on the road, cross country, and the radio in New York circa 1939. Over 40 years at Newsweek magazine, I was a reporter, writer, and senior editor, also host of the Newsweek On Air Network radio broadcast, later independent and nonprofit as For Your Ears Only. Among our guests many weeks was the man at the keyboard tonight, Steve Ross, who well earned the title Crown Prince of Cabaret over 4 decades at venerable venues throughout the city, across the country, and around the world. He has more than a dozen CDs, including musical explorations of Stephen Sondheim, Alan J. Lerner, Cole Porter, and of course Noel Coward, whose green velvet smoking jacket was gifted to Steve by Britain's Noel Coward Society. Singing with Steve is Karen Murphy, whose Broadway and national tour credits include A Little Night Music, 9 to 5, 42nd Street, Finding Neverland, Les Mis, and The Wizard of Oz. Off-Broadway, she was in The Jerusalem Syndrome, My Vaudeville Man, Zombie Prom, and Forbidden Broadway. The CD Torch Goddess captures her popular one-woman show. True to the essence of cabaret as an intimate art form, you should know we chased away hundreds, so it would be just us tonight. Also, I have a bridge to sell you. But first, together we'll serve up what we consider the best of the verst. Not as in Bratwurst, Knockwurst, or Sondheim's Verst Pies in London. Our verses are the opening lyrics you may not know to songs you thought you did. Not so often performed or recorded these fast-paced TikTok days, they're a kind of musical preamble, different from the main tune, more like speaking, poetic, pithy, artfully crafted to tie tunes into so many golden age stage and screen musicals. Even for the songs performed on their own, in concert or recordings, the verse provides a bit of poetic, dramatic, or situational context. Emotional, comical, always lyrical, as originally written by the likes of Ira Gershwin, Larry Hart, Cole Porter, Dorothy Fields, Johnny Mercer, Sammy Cahn, even Herman Hupfeld. A perfect example of verse for Broadway comes from Richard Rodgers and Lorenz Hart's The Boys from Syracuse, 1938, the first Broadway musical based on Shakespeare, specifically A Comedy of Errors, 1620. A sad wife in Ephesus is seated by her loom, complaining to her handmaiden she feels her husband is cheating. Seeing this set up for the first time, Hart's biography says, he grabbed a sheet of paper, wrote furiously to better stitch into that scene a song already written for it, then fled, probably back to a bar.
I weave with brightly colored strings to keep my mind off other things. So ladies, let your fingers dance. And keep your hands out of romance. Lovely witches, let the stitches keep your fingers under control. Cut the thread, but leave the whole heart whole. Merry maids can sew and sleep. Wives can only sew and weep. Falling in love with love is falling for make-believe. Falling in love with love is playing the fool. Caring too much is such a juvenile fancy. Learning to trust is just for children in school. I fell in love with love one night when the moon was full. I was unwise with eyes unable to see. I fell in love with love everlasting. But love fell out with me.
Also from Boys from Syracuse, in his and hers verses, Hart makes snarky reference to the author from whom they stole the story. All you need to know is that Dromio is a slave.
In Verona, my late cousin Romeo was 3 times as stupid as my Dromio.
For he fell in love and then he died of it. Poor half-wit. Though your cousin loved my cousin Juliet, loved her with a passion much more truly yet. Some poor playwright wrote their drama just for fun. It won't run.
This can't be love because I feel so well. No sobs, no sorrows, no songs.
This can't be love. I get no dizzy spells. My head is not in the skies.
My heart does not stand still, just hear it beat.
This is too sweet to be love. This can't be love because I feel so well, but still I love to look.
But still I love to,
But still I love to look in your
eyes.
Now here's what may well be the least known verse of a best known classic in the Great American Songbook, and by one of its least known songwriters, that Herman Hupfeld guy. You know it from Bergman and Bogey's 1942 triumph Casablanca, but it was originally written for the Broadway show Everybody's Welcome, 1931.
This day and age we're living in gives cause for apprehension. With speed, a new invention, and things like third dimension. Yet we get a trifle weary with Mr. Einstein's theory, so we must get down to earth at times. Relax, relieve the tension. No matter what the progress or what may yet be proved, the simple facts of life are such they cannot be removed.
You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. When two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight love songs, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. Still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
There are both male and female verses to a George and Ira Gershwin song that jazz musicians call Salty Tears. Ira's memoir says the man's version came first, but the woman's is now more familiar. Sadly, the song was cut from the original 1927 version of Funny Face, starring siblings Fred and Adele Astaire, but it made it into the musical Rosalie a year later.
As a tot when I trotted in little velvet panties, I was kissed by my sisters and cousins and my aunties. Sad to tell, it was hell, an inferno worse than Dante's. So my dear, I swore, never, never more. On my list, I insisted that kissing must be crossed out. Now some thrills I can't define. Pleasant sweet, I repeat, how long has this been going on? Oh, I feel that I could melt into heaven unheard. I know how Columbus felt, finding another world. Kiss me once, then once more. What a dunce I was before. What a break, for heaven's sake. How long has this been going on?
Meet the stars at bazaars, often I had to caress men. Don't be sad, I must add that they meant no more than yes men. Darling, can't you see, 'twas for charity. Though these lips have made slips, it was never really serious. Who'd have thought I'd be brought to a state that's so delirious? I could cry salty tears. Where have I been all these years? Listen, you, tell me do, how long has this been going on? What a kick, how I buzz. Oh, you crickets, no one does. Listen, sweet, I repeat, how long has this been going on? Dear, when in your arms I creep, that divine rendezvous. Oh, wake me if I'm asleep. Let me dream that it's true. Kiss me twice, then once more. That makes thrice. Let's make it four. What a break for heaven's sake.
How long has this been going on? How long has this been going on?
Here's an even more poetic approach by playwright Maxwell Anderson and German-American composer Kurt Weill from Knickerbocker Holiday, 1938.
I've been running through woods, rains, and the wind that follows after, for one certain face and an unforgotten laughter. I've been following signs, I've been searching through the lands for a certain pair of arms and a certain pair of hands. Yes, I tried a kiss here, and I tried a kiss there. For when you're out in company, the boys and girls will care.
performance is their only one ever used in two different Broadway shows. The short-lived Treasure Girl, 1928, Strike Up the Band, 1930.
How glad the many millions of Annabelles and Lillians would be to capture me. But you had such persistence, you wore down my resistance. I fell, and was it swell?
You're my big and brave and handsome Romeo. How I won you, I shall never, never know. It's not that you're attractive, but all my heart grew active when you came into view.
I got a crush on you, sweetie pie. I never had the least notion that I'd fall with such emotion. Could you care for a county cottage we could share? The world will pardon my mush, cause I've got a crush, my baby, on you.
How glad a million laddies from millionaires to caddies would be to capture me. But you had such persistence, you wore down my resistance. I fell, and it was swell. I've got a crush on you, sweetie pie. All the day and night time to hear me sound. This isn't just a flirtation, proving that there's predestination. I could care for a cunning pattern we could share. Your rush I never shall shush.
Cause I got a crush, my baby, on you.
We're in trouble now. It was at my sing-along wedding to Sylvia Clark in the late lamented Oak Room of the Algonquin Hotel that I got down on one knee. I could actually do that then. To start this Rodgers and Hart tune from the 1935 Billy Rose musical Jumbo. Steve was part of the choir, and now he insists I sing the whole damn thing.
It's about time.
I won't kiss your hand, madame. Crazy woman, though I am. I'll never woo you on bended knee. No, madame, not me. We don't need that flowery fuss. No, sir, madame, not for us. My romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by. No month of May, no twinkling stars, no hideaway, no soft guitars. My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, nor a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. Wide awake, I can make my most fantastic dreams come true. My romance doesn't need a thing but you. That's a pretty easy act to follow. Here's the tune of Heartsick Resignation from Irving Kahal and Sammy Fain for a 1938 show titled Right This Way, which went away after only 15 performances, but the song survived.
As I eye the blue horizon's bend, earth and sky both seem to meet an end. But it's merely an illusion, like your heart and mine. There is no sweet conclusion. I can see, no matter how near you be, you'll never belong to me.
Now, some good advice given and comically accepted from Jerome Kern and Buddy DeSilva for the 1919 musical flop, Zip Goes a Million. Pocket change today. It was later sung by Marilyn Miller in the better-received musical Sally, and it became the title tune of a 1949 Miller biopic.
Please don't be offended if I preach to you a while. Tears are out of place and smiles are meant, and eyes are meant to smile. There's a way to make your very biggest trouble small. Here's a happy secret of it all.
You can join us.
As I wash my dishes, I'll be following your plan until I see the brightness in every pot and pan. I am sure your point of view will ease the daily grind, so I'll keep repeating in my mind.
This is your chance.
Look for the silver line. Very good. Remember somewhere the sun is shining and summer rising to do sunshine for you. Wonderful joy and gladness will always manage sadness and sorrow. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunshine.
We'll call you next week. All right, hold the slings and arrows. Here where I confess to preferring my Rogers with Hart and my Hammerstein with Cohen. Oh, somebody tried to throw something. That's usual these days. But we do have one Rogers and Hammerstein collaboration from the little-remembered 1953 show Me and Juliet, though the music was actually written a year earlier for the World War II TV documentary Victory at Sea. The title then was Beneath the Southern Cross.
How far away are you? How many lonely sighs, dear? How many renewed skies, dear? How far away are you?
How long have I to go? How many moons to see, dear? Till you come back to me, dear. When will I know? When will I know? All the love I've got, only my love for you, only the dream we knew. No other love.
Watching the night go by, wishing that you could be watching the night with me. Into the night I cry, hurry home, come home to me. Set me free, free from doubt and free from longing.
Into your arms I'll fly. Locked in your arms I'll stay, waiting to hear you say, no other love.
Love at all.
Sammy Cahn and Julie Stein wrote this classic during World War II to be ready for its end. Just one sliver of the great musical legacy left by that very brutal conflict, songs of love, longing, hope, and joy.
Never thought that you could be standing here so close to me. There's so much that I could say, but that will have to wait until another day. We need the crowd on this one.
Join us.
Kiss me once.
Kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. It's
Here's a lyric by Eric Maschwitz, whose less Jewish-sounding pseudonym was Holt Marvell, and whose first wife was Hermione Gingold. I once told a shrink if I could recall all the words, it must mean my brain was still in good shape. He said I'd remember them all when I was putting my underwear in the freezer. Not quite yet.
Oh, will you never let me be? Oh, will you never set me free? The chains around us are still around us. There's no escape that I can see. A cigarette that bears lipstick traces, an airline ticket to romantic places. Still my heart has wings. These foolish things remind me of you. The taking piano, the next apartment, the stumbling words that told you what my heart meant. Fairgrounds, faded swings, these foolish things remind me of you. You came, you saw, you comforted me. When you did that to me, I knew somehow this had to be. The winds that wash that make my heart a dancer. A telephone that rings, but who's to answer? Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These words things remind me of you. With daffodils along excited cables, and candle lights on little corner tables. Still my heart has wings. These words things remind me of you. The pocket evening when the bell has sounded, the eager trance with all the girls around, the really various things, these foolish things remind me of you. How strange, how sweet to find you still. These things are dear to me, they seem to bring you near to me. The sight of midnight trains and empty stations, silk stockings throw aside dance invitations. Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you. How strange, how sweet to find you still. These things are dear to me, they seem to bring you near to me. The scent of smoking leaves, the wave of steam, to lovers on the street, look like dreamers. Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you.
Now Rodgers and Hart dip into Deja Vu for their 1937 show Babes in Arms. The song spent 16 weeks on the pop charts that year, including one at the very top.
When you're awake, the things you think come from the dreams you dream. Thought has wings and lots of things are seldom what they seem. Somehow you think you have lived before all that you live today. Things you do come back to me as though they knew the way. Oh, the tricks your mind can play.
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other the same way then, but I can't remember where or how. The clothes you're wearing are the clothes you wore. The smile you're smiling then, but I can't remember where or when.
won a bar bet, actually it was in my backyard, when the late jazz and cabaret diva Susanna McCorkle refused to believe which standard was written to start like this. I had to bring out the book of Larry Hart lyrics, also from the show Jumbo.
We used to spend the spring together before I learned to walk. We used to laugh and sing together before we learned how to talk. With no reason for the season, spring would end as it would start. But now the season has a reason, and there's springtime in my heart. The most beautiful.
You can join on this.
Picks my ties out, eats my candy, drinks my brandy. The most beautiful girl in the world. The most beautiful star in the world isn't horrible, isn't deep trick, but that sweet trick who can make me believe it's a beautiful world. So sure, not a bit, natural kind of wit. She'd shine anywhere, and she hasn't got platinum hair. The most beautiful house in the world has a mortgage. What do I care? It's goodbye care. But my slippers are next to the ones that they are.
Now, Irving Berlin's timeless lament over lost love.
One little kiss, a moment of bliss, and hours of deep regret. One little smile, and after a while, a longing to forget. One little heartache left as a token. One little plaything carelessly broken. Remember through the night you said I love you. Remember found by all the stars above you. Remember we found a lonely spot, and after I learned to care a lot, you promised that you forget me not, but you forgot to remember.
Here's a clearly conflicted Cole Porter for 1932's The Gay Divorce, Fred Astaire's first Broadway show without his sister Adele. Claire Luce was his co-star, replaced by Ginger Rogers in the 1934 film version, The Gay Divorcee, from which sadly the song was dropped.
Oh, with joy I should be meaning that at last you came my way. There's no further use concealing that I'm feeling far from gay. For the rare allure about you makes me all the plain to see how inane, how vain, how empty life without you. Please, after you. With some time I sky blue after you. Could I love after you? Why should I take the time to try? For who else could qualify after you? Hold my hand and swear without you there, what could I do? I could search years, but who else could change my tears into laughter after you? Into laughter after you.
Now something deliciously devilish from Irving Berlin, although a rabbi's son, for the Music Box Review of 1922. Maybe he learned the truth in 1989 when he died at the age of 101.
I got a message from below, so from a man I used to know, about a year or so ago, before he departed. He is just as happy as can be. I'll tell you what he said to me. He said, if ever you get heavy-hearted,
pack up your sins and go with the devil in Hades. You'll meet the finest of gentlemen and the finest of ladies. They'd rather be down below than up below. Hades is full of thousands of Jonesies and Browns holding my hands, Cohens and ladies. You'll hear our heavenly tune and into the devil because we're jazz friends. They started picking it, brother tricking it, but jazzy kicking it. They got a couple of old reformers in heaven, making the road to win at 11. Pack up your sins and go to the devil and you'll never have to let it go.
if you care to dwell where the weather is hot, H-double-L is a wonderful spot. If you need a rest, we're all of sorts. Here is the best of the weather resorts. Power of Christ doesn't compare. All those nice people out there, they come there from everywhere just to revel. When Mr. Devil knocking on his mind for a couple of horns, he's waiting with his jazz band and his band. Can't come out of band with the melody hot. No, here's your friend, there's holding on that. So he's never seen one. Never have to go to bed, never have to go to bed at all.
And here's the frequently frustrated Larry Hart from the 1940 musical Higher and Higher. Too high, it fell out of the 1944 film version.
I don't care if there's powder on my nose. I don't care if my hairdo is in place. Though I've lost the very meaning of repose, I never put a mud pack on my face. Oh, who'd have thought that I'd walk in a daze now? I never go to shows at night, but only matinees now. I see the show, and home I go. Once I laughed when I heard you say that I'd be playing solitaire, uneasy in my easy chair. Never entered my mind. Once you told me I was mistaken, that I'd awaken with the sun and order orange juice. You never entered my mind. You have walked. I lack myself, and now I even
next Gershwin standard was premiered by Ginger Rogers in the 1930 Broadway show Girl Crazy, and heard again, including by me, in the Tony-winning 1992 version, Crazy for You.
Oh, that sunshine, listen you. Never tell me dreams come true, just try it, and I'll start a riot. Beatrice Fairfax, don't you dare ever tell me dreams don't care. I'm certain it's the final curtain. I never want to hear from any cheerful Pollyanna who tell you fate supplies a mate. It's all bananas. He's knocking on the door, but not for me. He'll plan a 2x4, but not for me. I know that love's a game. I'm puzzled just the same. Was I a moth to flame? I'm all at sea. It all began so well, but what an end. This is the time a lady needs a friend. When every happy plot ends with a marriage knot, and there's no knot for me. Although I can't dismiss the memory of his kiss, I guess he's not
This next verse by Kern and Dorothy Fields is little known because not part of the song as introduced in the 1936 film Swing Time. In fact, it was never formally published, appears only in an album by Michael Feinstein, who discovered it in an unreleased recording by Fred Astaire.
I don't need a moon, a look, a tune for violins. Here with you, I need a book and tons of aspirins. So socially, you must remember me. I used to be the stranger on whose knee you sat. Your great love, the one I'm speaking of, I've had enough to hear, my dear, and that is that. A fine romance with no kisses. A fine romance, my friend. This is, we should be like a couple of hot tomatoes. But you're as cold as yesterday's mashed potatoes.
a fine romance you won't wrestle. A fine romance you won't wrestle. I might as well play bridge with my old maid hands. I haven't got a chance. This is a fine romance.
A fine romance, my fellow. You take romance, I'll take jello.
You're calmer than the seals in the Arctic Ocean. At least they flap their fins to express emotion. A fine romance with no quarrels, with no insults and all morals. You're just as hard to land as the Ile de France. I haven't got a chance. This is a fine romance.
A fine romance, my friend, this is a fine romance with no kisses. We should have the thrills that a healthy crime has.
We don't have the thrills that the march of time has. A fine romance with no clinches. A fine romance with no pinches.
You never give the orchids I send a glance. No, you like cactus plants. This is a fine romance.
This is a fine romance.
This is a fine romance.
Born in St. Petersburg in 1833, composer and chemist Alexander Borgen was long dead when Robert Wright and George Forrest put words to his music for the Broadway show Kismet, in which a vagabond poet's daughter captures the heart of the caliph in Baghdad. It won Borgen a Tony, posthumously, in 1954.
Differently now. And why is the nightingale singing at noon on the mulberry wall? For some most mysterious reason, this isn't the garden I know. No, it's only a lark that was only a garden a moment ago.
Here's the original version of a Rodgers and Hart classic sung by Maurice Chevalier as a Paris tailor in the 1932 film Love Me Tonight, but today oh so politically incorrect.
My face is glowing, I'm energetic. The art of sewing I found poetic. My needle punctuates the rhythm of romance. I don't give a stitch, for I don't get rich. A custom tailor who has no custom is like a sailor, no one will trust him. But there's magic in the music of my shears. I shed no tears, lend me your ears. Isn't it romantic? Soon I will have found some girl that I adore. Isn't it romantic? While I sit around, my love can scrub the floor. She'll kiss me every hour, or she'll get the sack. And when I take a shower, she can scrub my back. Isn't it romantic? On a moonlight night, she'll cook some onion soup. Kitties are romantic, and if we don't fight, we soon will have a truce. We'll help the population. It's a duty that we owe to dear old France. Isn't it romance?
Now the published version, perhaps the sweetest verse of all, and a chorus most all know and love, so please join us.
I've never met you, yet never doubted dear. I can't forget you, I sought you out dear. I know your profile and I know the way you kiss. Just the thing I miss on a night like this.
ideas is that, to quote Dorothy Fields from earlier in this show, we'd like to end with heartfelt thanks to Tanya Mobley and Sidney Meyer, Don't Tell Mama, all its pros on lights, sound, food, and drink. Very special thanks to those who encouraged me to create this show. You know who you are. And all the rest of you who are here tonight making it a dream come true. As a memento for you, we have song lists with all the titles, the writers, and the first words you may have heard for the first time tonight. Don't leave without one. They're here with me. But wait, Steve? No.
Yes, there has to be this is a cabaret show, there has to be an encore, and I'm not even getting up.
Well, I'm saying, but as a late singer, Nancy Lamont used to say, in cabaret, there's always an encore. So here's the last tune composed by George Gershwin before he died, without writing down music for the verse. Fortunately, Brother Ira and pianist Oscar Levant, more than... I didn't do it. If I could get up, I'd help you.
Oh, Jesus.
The world read the things. The less I comprehend. The world that all the schemes. How will all end? Nothing seems to be lasting, but that is without a flare. We are something present, lying away. We can. Everybody knows the song. It's very clear. Our love is here to stay.
Thank you all so much. Support cabaret here and everywhere. Keep the great American Songbook great, for better and worse. It's a 3-act play. Watch him get up. All right.